Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Want to talk about a heavy but important topic, which is having traumatic memories surface in the course of our recovery. Sometimes those come in the forms of flashbacks, nightmares, night terrors, intrusive thoughts. There's an expression that the good thing about being sober is you feel more, and the bad thing about being sober is you feel more. And for those of us who have survived traumatic events, that's even more true. What I hear from a lot of folks in early recovery is I'm doing okay except all these feelings, being emotional, struggling to sleep, having periods where you just feel kind of detached or overwhelmed and feeling like you're just a mess because you're overwhelmed by emotion. So, first of all, that's understandable, that's normal, and I promise you're not crazy. Sometimes we feel so out of control, and it's like our mind is showing us a movie that we didn't start and can't stop. And I think we often find that these things interfere with our ability to sleep, our ability to meditate or be still or have any sense of peace. And so it's important that we talk about them. I think one of the things that I encourage people to do the most is to journal and to write down all of those thoughts, all of those memories. You don't have to write out the whole story, but maybe just enough so that a little bit at a time you could process those with a coach or a therapist or someone that has experience supporting trauma recovery. I think that's a vital piece of the puzzle. Too often we push those thoughts and feelings and memories away only to find that they're like boomerangs. They just come back and come back and come back. So by writing those down, you're taking some of the things that are on the hamster wheel and giving them a place to go. And I think that will help you to sleep. That'll help you to have a greater sense of self control. And I really want you to know that this is very common. The overwhelming majority of people in addiction recovery have survived traumatic events. It's overwhelming to remember those, and a lot of us, I think, are very frustrated to find that those things surface, especially in REM sleep. And so a lot of us find in early recovery, especially, that we don't want to go to sleep, that we're anticipating or expecting the next nightmare. And my heart goes out to you if that's true for you. I hope that you're reaching out and getting a lot of support for that. But I also want you to know this is a really important time to be patient with yourself. This is an important piece that we come to acceptance of, which is that there is no forgetting. There's a lot of learning how to cope with what we cannot forget and learning how to cope without substances. For so many of us, the whole way that we got on the path to addiction was using substances to numb our emotions or to try to forget. And for a time, that provided some relief, some comfort. And then, of course, at one point, it just turned on us and we needed more and more of what didn't work. So if you find that you're remembering, if you find that you're getting overwhelmed by emotion, please don't struggle with that alone. Please draw on people who support you. You don't have to explain to them the whole story. You can just tell them, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm struggling with memories, and if they ask what's wrong, you can always just say, I really just need someone to listen. I really just need someone to be here with me. And my experience is anybody that understands addiction recovery is going to not require an explanation. I think sometimes we feel like we have to give all the details or tell all the stories for somebody to get it. And it's just not true. Amongst people in recovery, amongst people who work in this field, we understand. We've been there. Most of us have been there through personal experience, and the rest of us have been through our own form of hell. So allow folks to bear witness to your struggles. Don't do this alone. Get outside your head, write it down, and let's make this something that we're committed to. It's my experience that no one is ever in just one form of recovery. There's always demons to work through. There's always other addictions or other destructive habits that we developed along the way. And a little bit at a time, we're going to replace those unhealthy habits with healthy things that work for us and that provide us a greater sense of safety and love. So please share the video with friends and family. I'd love to expand this conversation. Please email me, jim@sobernow.com. Would love to hear topics that you'd like addressed or questions that you'd like answered. Please be very, very good to yourself, and let's get better together. Take care.